Hi, this is Jason from Horrific Nightmares, back to do another Mill Creek Blu-ray review. This is going to be the VHS Retro series that all of us have been going crazy over, and this review is going to be for Who's Harry Crumb? Now, Who's Harry Crumb is a 1989 film, which runs approximately 94 minutes, and is directed by Paul Flowery. Now, he of course was responsible for Clifford, which I believe had Martin Short in it, and 18 Again, which had the late great George Burns. This movie stars John Candy as Harry Crumb, and unfortunately John Candy passed away on March the 4th, 1994, at the age of 43. I always thought he was a great actor. I was always a big fan of John Candy. The first time I became aware of him was during the Bill Murray movie Stripes, where he played Dewey Oxburger. He had so many awesome one-liners in that one. He was also in Spaceballs, Splash, and early in his career, he did a movie called The Clown Murders, which I have yet to see, but it sounds pretty interesting. And of course, he was Uncle Buck. Who doesn't remember Uncle Buck? This movie also stars Jeffrey Jones as Elliot Dreisen. Now, he's been in a lot of stuff over the years. He was in Easy Money. He was in Amadeus. He was in Beetlejuice. But I think most people probably remember him for the principal from Ferris Bueller's Day Off. He had quite a memorable role in that one. Now, this movie also stars Tim Thomerson, who has been a longtime favorite of mine. He was in one of my favorite horror movies of all time, Fade to Black. He was in the Transfers films. He had a bit part in The Osterman Weekend, which is one of my favorite movies of all time. And of course, he was in Uncommon Valor as a chopper pilot. This also has a couple other stars in it. Shawnee Smith. This, of course, was very young in her career. She's quite young in this one. It's pretty interesting. And it also has Barry Corbin. Now, basic plot synopsis of this. Barry Corbin is a rich guy who has two daughters and a second wife, I believe. His older daughter gets kidnapped, and it's up to the bumbling detective. He's not really a detective, he's more like a private investigator, but it's up to Harry Crumb to foil the case. This movie resembled Fletch a lot. It was kind of around that time. I think Fletch was a few years earlier, but it was very much, in my opinion, like Fletch, but not quite as good. I liked the characters in it. The story was believable. The thing I had a problem with this one was John Candy. He just wasn't the same lovable guy he was in a lot of the other movies that he made. And it kind of turned me off to it. Now I'm going to do a little bit of the presentation here. This is the slipcover, which is absolutely gorgeous. This is the Blu-ray. Here's the back. I mean, Mill Creek has been really killing it with these. Here's the inside artwork. Very cool. Very cool. Now, the transfer on this movie is gorgeous, and so is the sound. That's one of the first things I noticed right away. It is just phenomenal, the transfer on this. So definitely check this one out if you are a fan. Me, not so much of this one. You know, some movies are hit and miss. This is one of the few John Candy movies I actually missed from the 80s that I had never seen, so this was a first-time watch for me. And to be honest, it didn't really do much for me, but I know that this does have its cult following. So if you're into comedy and you like John Candy, definitely check this one out. you really can't beat the price on this. These are, $7.50 at most Walmarts. Really a great price. Now this Blu-ray, of course, and most of the other ones are bare bones. So the only thing you get is the actual movie itself. But for $7.50, you really can't beat it. And the slipcover is just incredible to it. They did such a good job with these. But anyway, if you like what you see in here, hit that like button and subscribe. And until next time, peace.